Welcome to Defining the Relationship with Danny Silk. This session is entitled Love Languages.
It is time to talk about how to increase the love, how to protect our connections by purposefully directing the message, I love you very much, I love you very much, I love you very much. As we can learn to do that, what begins to happen is the strength of the bond that we have that's just every day increases. And then when something unexpected comes, there's a test to our connection, the belief that you love me very much is just resident in me. It is difficult to believe that you love me when I'm scared of you. But if the practice and the momentum that we have back and forth is exchanging that, effectively exchanging that message, then it is not very far away when I need it. I can go get it because of the momentum that we carry in our relationship. So, anytime that I would work with a couple, marriage, they would come in together, they would say, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. We have been disconnected for quite a while. So I got a Christian couple that would come in for marriage counseling, and the first question I always ask is, what is the goal of your marriage? What is the goal? And they kind of go back and forth, and they tell me about raising their kids and, having enough money to not be miserable old people and, just all these different goals I keep coming back to. But what's the goal of your marriage? That's the goals of your parenting. That's the goal of your finances. That's the goals of your assets. What is the goal of your marriage? And then they pretty soon are looking at each other and looking at me like we don't understand the question. Because it's been such a long time since they thought about the goal of this relationship. They've been stuck in it. We're stuck in it. I then explained to them, all right, the goal of your relationship up until today has been a safe distance. You've been working to create a safe distance between you and the other person. How much distance do I need from you before I'm scared? And when I get scared of you being this close for this long, I just roll a grenade out there. Boom! We get our distance back. That's what I was after. All right. We'll be cordial. We'll be civil. We'll even have sex. Maybe. But once there is too much, not enough distance, somebody blows up the relationship until I can get back what I needed. And that's who's sitting in this room. And so I asked him, is that the goal? Is that the goal of your marriage? Is that what you're after? No. What is? The man will usually say, peace. I like some peace. And she usually says, to be able to have a conversation would be nice. I said, so that was in your wedding vows. So someday you hope to have peace and be able to have a conversation. Is this really the goal of your relationship? No. What is the goal of your marriage? And they keep going until they both say, a loving, intimate connection. They eventually say, the goal of our relationship is a loving, intimate connection. Because if they don't ever say that, then I tell them, this is the last time that we'll be meeting. See, if your goal is distance, you don't need my help. You're doing a wonderful job all by yourself. But if your goal is connection, looks like you're having some trouble with that. I could help. And I want to help. So right there in the very first session, what we're going to talk about is repenting in their goal. The goal of distance will never create a loving, intimate connection. And as long as your goal is distance, you will accomplish it. This person cannot do anything to close the gap and create connection because your goal is distance. So repentance is two people change their goal. Now I'm talking to couples here who are like, oh, my goal is totally connection, totally get out of my way. I got that. But down the road, when that desire or that reality takes a thump, and all of a sudden if you change your goal, please understand that what replaces love is anxiety. And when you change your goal from connection to distance, you have invited another spirit into your relationship. You did that. You invited another spirit. You invited the destroyer, your enemy. You invited that into your relationship. I changed my goal. When the goal is connection, it's yours. And nobody can change that. Nobody can alter your goal. That's what we've been talking about. All these sessions have been about you managing your goal. That's why when we end up in a disconnect, and my goal is love, I have to have an understanding of how to send a message to you, I love you. My goal is love. Especially when we're disconnected. I have to know how to do that. So I'll ask this couple, commonly, so what would you say is the greatest thing you could be doing as a believer? Oh, well, witnessing. Oh, well, tithing. Oh, well, signs and wonders and miracles. Nope. Love. I was kind of setting you up there. See, this, if you're not doing the love, all the rest of your stuff is just noisy. It's just noisy. You get no credit. Goose egg in your column. You're not loving? Nothing. And that's how important this is. Do you know how to love your spouse? Do you know how to love your children? Do you know how to protect it? Do you know how to lay down your life? Do you know how to do whatever it takes to love? Back to, there is nothing on the outside that's going to make you do this. Nothing. This is an inside job. This is all coming from the inside of who you are across the wire. Nobody's going to make you love well. Nobody's going to make you speak Portuguese. You know what you'd have to do to learn Portuguese? Learn it. That's what you'd have to do. You're not just all of a sudden going to go Portuguese. It takes determination. It takes intention. It takes practice. But you're going to go do that. You're going to get that. Love is the same way. You're going to go get it. You're going to foster it. Some people are just more loving than others. No. Some people are less anxiety-provoking than others. But if you're a good lover, if you're good at this, it's because you've been knocked down the stairs before. You've had to climb back up those stairs and stay at it. That's what makes you a good lover. It's easy to love people who love you back. You know. It's easy to give people back what they gave you. It's easy to love when it's safe and it's all that. That's easy. It's a real challenge when you're loving somebody who's not loving you back right now. That's a challenge. And that's family. That's what we do in families. That's what family is all about. And it's sometimes, commonly in families, one of the best kept secrets in the family is, I love you. This relationship's really important to me. It is not uncommon in a sozo type setting or some sort of inner healing or counseling to discover that someone lived their whole childhood with a parent who wouldn't say, I love you. Couldn't say, I love you. Oh, I know my dad loved me. I know he did. He had hard times saying it. He never said it to anybody. But I knew he was my dad. He loved me. I knew. Yeah, I shouldn't have to accept by faith that you love me. And that's how we keep anxiety on the front burner, is we don't eliminate it on purpose. We don't go after that thing like it's a rattlesnake in the house. Like, I don't know, how many snakes would you let just kind of hang out in the house? See, anxiety in your relationships is like pet rattlesnakes. How many do you have? None. Why? Those things are from the devil. I asked this man one time, I said, do you love your wife? And he says, yes. I asked her, same session. I said, do you love your husband? She says, by faith I do. All right. I bet we're all feeling it. All right. And I went back over it, and they got back to, yes, I love her. I said, you love your wife? He says, I said, don't do that again. You love your wife? Yes. I said, do you know how she hears, I love you? No. Do you think that your wife feels loved by you? No. So you love your wife, but she doesn't know it. It's a secret? No. All right. I'm just checking because it sounds like what you're saying is you love somebody, but they don't know it. And this is what happens. See, what happens is I change my goal from connection to distance, and when I do that, I withhold, I love you very much. And so what fills that space is anxiety. And now there's anxiety between us because I will not counter that anxiety with, I love you very much. Do you know how this person you're talking to hears, I love you very much? Because it's not always as obvious as we'd like to think.
Ist mein Sektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küstenwächters. Das Gerät. Überlebensradar.
Mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
It's dangerous to think that you know. And it's easy to not know. And so understanding that, we are very different animals, us men and women, us people. We're very different. And so you can just imagine the language barrier that breaks down between, like if a Russian man was to marry a Japanese woman. And this Russian man, on his honeymoon night, is going to just woo her with some of the most beautiful Russian poetry. So he jumps out of the bathroom, ba-da! And he says, vodka. And she's like, oh my God, what is he mad about? He's like, Arushki? Because she's not quite getting the meaning of what he was trying to send her, because that would be a different language. And it doesn't matter how intentional he is or how much it's true. It's just not coming across to the receptacle. And so she shakes that off and she comes out in her kimono and she's got her little tray and her little incense. And he's looking. We're going to eat that, or are you going to play with it? Because see, he doesn't have a slot for that either. That doesn't mean anything to him. So there's no satisfying of what he needs, although she's trying with all her might. There's no satisfying what she needs, because even though he's trying with all his might. And eventually, this frustration leads to this breakdown and this hopelessness that there's just no way I'm ever going to get the message across to you, because you're broken. You don't know how to be loved. It's your problem, because I'm a lover. I know how to send it. Whatever. And that's not true. It's not true that just because you're not receiving it doesn't mean that you're broken. It can, but not right out of the gate. The first thing to understand is there's a difference. And Gary Chapman wrote a book called The 5 Love Languages. And in that is these 5 ways that people hear I love you very much. And this is back to, how does the person you're with hear that they're loved? Not what way are you most comfortable sending the message. Because we tend to speak our native language, don't we? If we're touch, then we're like, how you doing? How you doing? Hi, I love you. And that was supposed to be received as love. But if my love language isn't touch and you come and do that to me, I'm like, oh, gosh, stop it. I didn't feel loved at all. I felt assaulted. So what is the difference in, although I'm trying, it's not working? Why? What is that receptacle of I love you very much? How is it designed differently? And what I want to do is I want to go through these with you just to show you that it's way more powerful than you might give it credit for, these differences. And laying down your life so that somebody feels loved, experiences love, is what it would take to learn a new language. I mean, if you had to, literally, I had to learn Portuguese to talk to you. I'm willing to do it, though. I will learn Portuguese to talk to you. That's how much I love you. My spouse, my daughter, my son. I will learn how you hear it so that it's never a secret, so that we build momentum, so that fear in disconnection does not undermine our relationship, that we do not lose what we have because our love was so fragile. So let's start with gifts. All right? Gifts. The gift love language is simply this. I feel loved through the expression of a token that represents that you both know me and that you're thinking about me. The gift love language hears, feels connected through the expression of a gift that says, I know you. I know who you are. I've been paying attention to you. I've become a student of you. And this gift demonstrates that I get you. That I understand the nuances of who's in there. It also is about, I've been thinking about you when you weren't even around. You're in my thoughts. And so I went out of town and I came back with a gift. And that gift says, you were with me while I was away. The kiss of death is, oh, yesterday was your birthday? Oops. Oh, I totally forgot our anniversary. Oh, I'm so sorry. What? I was out of town. I'm back now. No, I didn't have time to get you anything. Why is that such a big deal? You're so materialistic. I'm a guy. I'm terrible at gifts. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. See, because I create a disconnect when I send you the message. I don't know you, and I'm not thinking about you. Oh, gift love language? Oh! Now, if you're not a gift love language, that doesn't affect you as much. But if you are a gift love language, this stuff will just slay you. So if you have a gift love language in your life, or you are one, you need to pay attention to how they feel loved. If you are a gift love language, you need to make it clear to the person that you're with. I'm a gift love language. I don't know if you know what that means, but let me tell you. Life and death are in the power of the gift. It's not about money. It's not about diamonds and gold and whatever. It's about knowing me and about thinking about me. That presentation. So you walk in and you're like, hey, surprise! I know how much you love water. You are the water hound, you are. And Kirkland is your brand. You're welcome. Thank you. Or I could come in with I totally forgot, but I don't want you to know that. So, hey, stop by 7-Eleven on the way home, and all they had was Arrowhead. Got you some water. I know you like it. Arrowhead. Oh, Arrowhead. Arrowhead tastes like nails. Well, you know what? You should just take an Arrowhead and shove it in my eye. See the demonstration that I don't know you. I don't know you. I saw your mom give you water one time and it really lit you up. So here's some water. The demonstration of I don't know who you are is painful. And the demonstration that I'm not thinking about you is painful. Disconnect, connect. Disconnect, connect. This is all about. Touch. See, for the touch love language people, they're designed with a meter in their chest that is counting the nanoseconds since they were last touched. And as this meter runs, anxiety begins to increase. And if I go long durations of time without some sort of affection or physical touch, I begin to get demonized. I don't know what it is. This thing happens to me and I am not fun. And then somebody walks by, she walks by and Sherry touches my back and I'm like, oh. I didn't hurt anybody, did I? I blacked out there for about half a day. I don't remember much. Because there's just anxiety that fills that absence of physical contact. And so proximity, like if, you walk into a room with a physical touch person and there's a couch and a chair and you sit down in the couch and they sit in the chair, you're like, what's wrong? And they say, nothing. What do you mean, what's wrong? You're like, well, we could be touching. There's room here. We could be touching. Because it's just how I'm wired. It's just what I need. And so I'm looking for opportunity. The kiss of death is, I don't need touch. I don't understand why you need touch. Just don't touch me, okay? All right, I'll do stuff for you. I'll get you a gift. I'll do whatever. But I just don't. I know. Just, I want separate beds so that I don't have to touch you. I get hot. I just get all hot. Don't, okay. Oh, you're wrinkling my shirts. I don't need it, so I don't supply it. I don't need it. I don't value it. You do. There's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. I don't know what it is, but I think your mother should have hugged you more or something. But get off me. Because I don't want to be your mama. All right? I ain't your mama. And that is a kiss of death. I don't have the same need as you, therefore I don't supply the need that you have. There's really nothing in this for me. So when you don't have the touch love language, you can just go for miles not thinking about it. I'm a touch love language. I'm thinking, sitting there, Sherry's sitting there, and her arm's like right there. I could feel the heat coming off of your arm. How in the world do you not just go, how do you not do that? How is it? And it's because she has a to-do list in her lap, and she's going, and her anxiety is going, and I'm going, because we're so completely different. All right? Acts of service. Acts of service is you do stuff for me that's important to me, and it communicates the message that you value me because you value what's important to me. The acts of service love language person walks into a room after work, walks in through the door, into the living room, and immediately says, whose backpack is that? Whose jacket is that? The dog hasn't been fed. The dish is in the sink. The trash is overflowing. And pretty soon they're like, oh my gosh. Because their anxiety is building. As they look around, they go, nobody's going to do anything about this but me. And then pretty soon people get up and start helping. Oh, that's my backpack. Oh, that's my jacket. Okay. Feed the dog. Okay, trash. Okay. Oh, that feels like you love me. You just lowered my anxiety by helping me. Acts of service, love language people need some dang help. Help me. They just seem uptight. Like, here, do it. Like, no. It's not about I want control of your free time and or your life. It's uncompleted tasks create anxiety for me. Now, Sherry's an acts of service. One of hers and one of mine is touch, and so I don't have acts of service. I'm not like, I could sleep on a pile of uncompleted tasks. I'm good. No problem. I'm good. Not Sherry. Sherry's like, and over there, hey, wake up, help me. Because we're just wired completely different. But I must learn. Okay, the boys and I, we know that if Sherry goes away, she goes out of town or whatever, the house has been how the house has been while she was gone. But we go, I said, all right, guys, we got 17 minutes before your mom gets home. Go. And because I know when Sherry walks in the house and I meet her at the door and I am touch deprived, I'm like, hey, baby, how you doing? And she is like looking over my shoulder. The kiss of death for the acts of service love language is, don't tell me what to do. I'm not your slave. I didn't take care of that because it's not important to me. And when I don't take care of things that are important to you, I send you a message that says, I didn't take care of what was important to you because you're not important to me. That's the experience they have. That's what leads to the disconnect. I don't value what's important to you because I don't value you. That's the experience of not helping me. So if you had an acts of service love language partner and you feel controlled by them and you're trying to fight off being controlled by them, you're not my father, you're not my mother, don't tell me what to do. You're actually sending a message, I don't care about you. Will you feel justified in resisting the feelings of control? You're sending a message because you don't understand what they need. And they may not either. And so they're just going, I can't believe it. You just sit around here all day and I work all day and I come home and you didn't do anything. And you have 3 toddlers. You didn't do anything? Oh yeah, I did. I loaded this 9mm. What? You mean I didn't do anything today? Because when I walk in the door and there's all this stuff that has to be done, and I just did all this stuff, and I walk in and I have this need, but I don't know how to say, all these incompleted tasks totally stress me out when I walk in the door. I really need some help cleaning this house. I really need, and there is this anxiety point, this anxiety production between two people who have a different need of an environment, of a value, of how we are generous, what looks like and feels like love between us. So we got gifts, touch, acts of service, and words of affirmation. Words of encouragement. Encouraging words. Affirmation people, I love you very much, means something to them. You tell an acts of service love language person, I love you very much. They go, show me. You say, I love you very much to affirmation person, they're like, I love you too. It just goes, whoom, right into their core. And if they can't get it from you, they will find a way to get it.
Mama? I love Mama. I love Mama.
I love my mama. I love my mama. I love my mama. No, I love my
Hello? 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 Hello, Bullet? Hello? Hello? Okay. You want it? You want it?
Yes, sir, run around. Run around.
Hi, baby. You want your mama?
These people are desperate. They will find a way to get love. And life and death is in the power of the tongue. Affirmation love language people, they need to feel enjoyed. They need to feel liked. I need to know that you like me. You laughing at my jokes and you smiling at me, and I just feel safe. The anxiety drops between us when you're smiling at me, you're laughing, you enjoy me, you like me. When I get that message from you, I feel loved. Anxiety is just drained out of the relationship. They're going to have a very difficult time with anger, with criticism, with negativity. That this is wrong and that's wrong, and this didn't work and that didn't work, and the anxiety begins to increase. And so, if you don't understand that you're dealing with an affirmation love language person, and you're just going after this thing, and you're like, look this, and you are like a sandstorm in their eyeballs. They're like, I got to get away from you. I got to get away from your pie hole, and the atmosphere that you're creating around you. You are more than I can take. And so when you're like, you can't even have a conversation with someone. You can't stand the truth, can you? Whatever. As they leave. Because I don't understand. Oh, this feels like I hate you. When you're upset, when you're angry, when you're talking at me like that, I have so much anxiety. I can't hear a word from you. The only safe place is disconnect from you. Protect myself. So I have to understand that this is how you're wired. This is how you experience criticism. It's how you experience anger. It's not like me. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Say whatever you want. I don't even care. Just pick up your shoes. But you have to be able to give criticism, feedback to affirmation love language people. They're going to have to be able to stay in the conflict, to stay in the confrontation, to work this out. But you want to keep them in the game, right? You don't want them disconnecting and walling up and defending themselves because you have needs that you haven't figured out how to communicate without the sand. So you do something called a hero sandwich. Ready? I love you very much. That thing you're doing is not working at all. I love you very much. Here, take a bite of this. I like the bread. Think that meat's rotten, though. Something wrong with that meat. But there's twice as much I love you very much as I have a problem with you. And the I love you very much keeps me in the game with you. Helps me lower my anxiety, while even though the I got a problem with you is, but the I love you very much, I love you very much. You got to keep the words I love you very much. Well, I can't be a hypocrite. I can't tell somebody I love them when I'm mad at them. How's that working out for you in your affirmation love language? Well, that's why we're in this office. No greater love has anyone than this, that I would lay my life down and learn a new language so that you feel the love that I do have for you. So we got gifts, touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, and quality time. Quality time. Quality time, love language people need to feel interesting. I need to be interesting to you. No matter what I'm talking about, no matter what I'm doing, I need to feel interesting to you. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Quality time people feel engaged. They feel valued. They feel loved when I show that I'm interested in what you're talking about, what you're doing, what's important to you. You got a quality time love language person who wants to take you golfing. This isn't about a sport. This is about love. I want you to find what I'm doing interesting. You walk in the door and your quality time person meets you like this, and they go, "Oh my gosh, look at all the stuff that you don't know happened in my day." Ah, now I feel connected to you. Ah, but I can't. I need to engage with you, and I need you to hear me. I need you to make time. And it's not necessarily quantity time, although it can. It's quality of time, which is you were engaged and interested in what I was showing you, what I was telling you. The kiss of death, I don't have time. I don't make time. I'm busy. I don't care. I don't listen well. I disengage. You're not interesting to me. Those messages, the dagger in the heart. The message, I am not interested in what you're talking about, is experienced as, I'm not interested in you. You cannot sit in a room with a quality time love language, have quality time with the television on. Unless it was their idea. Cannot be like, What? What I heard you? You said, what did I just say? Working this points out. This is so effective in lowering the anxiety when I understand what it is that feels like love to you. And I keep that pump on. I just keep it on. And I especially I turn it up when I think our connection is fragile or we're disconnected. This is not easy to do. It is not easy to say, I love you to somebody that's scaring you. I love you to somebody who's hurt you. But this is how you get back what you need to have a successful conversation with somebody. And that is, in this connection, we will treat each other differently while we work out this problem. In the disconnect, we will pour anxiety on it. In the connect, we will pour care and love on it. We're all wired so different. I mean, all our kids are different. Every one of my kids has a different love language. Like, Brittany is gifts and quality time. You're like, oh, wow. Those are two that I don't have. I don't need neither one of them. Taylor is affirmation, acts of service, and a little bit of touch. Levi's the easiest one for me to connect because he's got the same love language as me. Like, dude, how you doing, dude? Come on, you're awesome. You're so awesome. You're so awesome. You're awesome. Come on. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I love you. Laying on the couch, touching. Yeah. We're all hooked up. Didn't say a word, really. We're just all hooked up now because we're hugged. We're good. No anxiety between us. Sherry's love languages are acts of service and quality time. And mine are touch and affirmation. So Sherry's idea of a loving time is me walking around the house with my tool belt, my drill, and a ladder, fixing stuff all over the house while she tells me about her day. She's like, you big boy, you, look at you go. You missed that, come on. And you know. I'm like, you're kidding. Like, no way, then what happened? No, really? Really? Oh, yeah, that's amazing. Hand me some more stuff to do. My idea of a good time is like full on body contact, rolling like thunder under the covers while you tell me I'm amazing. how we were going to get this. Because it has everything to do with I love you very much. And so my acts of service and quality time messages go way up. If Sherry, if you end up with somebody who has the same love languages as you have to be careful of that stuff, because it's like like cats. Your cats come up and they walk by you and they go. Somebody says, "Oh, their cats are so affectionate. Look at that cat." Like, that cat is not being affectionate. That cat is using my leg to pet itself. And when you got the same love language as the person you're with, it's a little hard to discern when you're just petting yourself, Like, I married an acts of service love language. Yeah. He's in the garage again. He's working. Stuff that's not important to me. But he's working. I'm out here to build. I built you a garage, honey. I built that for you. I built that garage for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now I'm going to build a house. I just wanted the trash taken out as I was hoping for. I ain't got time for that. When you serve somebody the message, I love you very much, there is this incredible feeling that you get. When you are like half-court shot, wow. When you serve it up just how they like it. You get good at this. You feel like this guy right here. You're like, come on, baby, yeah. I don't know if there's a better feeling in the world than to get the message, I love you very much, to the person that you love so much. To effectively dial that in and to keep that thing on and to experience this fearless connection where the person is convinced of your love. There isn't a better feeling in the world that I know of. You do this with your children. You do this with your family. You dial this stuff in, and you can help chase away fear simply by having an I love you very much plan. Simply by taking time to learn what it is that feels like love to them. All right? Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Put your hand on somebody next to you. We'll do something a little different. Kumbaya, my Lord. Pray this prayer. Ready? Jesus, help them. Because they're going to need it. Amen. Amen. All right.
If you would like information about this or any other product produced by Bethel Church, please visit us online at www.ibethel.org or contact us at customerservice@ibethel.org.